Learn English through story. The seeds of bad thinking. In the heart of the bustling city of Riverton, where the skyscrapers kiss the clouds, lived a man named Victor, a middle manager at a prominent corporation. Victor was known for his sharp intellect and undeniable charm. Yet, beneath his polished exterior lay a restless mind plagued by doubt and negativity. He often found himself spiraling into a web of bad thoughts, causing rifts in his relationships and a constant feeling of dissatisfaction. Victor's day-to-day life revolved around the corporate grind. Each morning, he donned his tailored suit, preparing to face the pressures of deadlines and competition. Yet, amidst the hustle, he harbored a growing cynicism. His colleagues, once seen as friends, became rivals in his eyes. Victor often thought to himself that the world was a ruthless place, and to survive, one must be cutthroat. His best friend, Lena, worked in the same office. She was bright, optimistic, and deeply caring. Lena often attempted to uplift Victor, reminding him of the good in people and the importance of maintaining a positive outlook. You can't let negativity cloud your judgment, Victor. It will only hold you back, she would say, but Victor brushed her off, convinced that his skepticism was justified. One Friday afternoon, Victor was invited to a company retreat designed to foster teamwork and collaboration. The event promised a break from their stressful routines, featuring workshops, team-building exercises, and opportunities for relaxation. However, Victor's mind was already clouded with negative thoughts. He imagined that the retreat would be nothing more than a waste of time and that his colleagues would engage in backhanded competition for recognition. Why would I want to spend my weekend pretending to enjoy myself with people who only care about their own success? He muttered to himself as he reluctantly packed his bag. Upon arriving at the retreat, Victor's pessimism only deepened. The lush landscape and cheerful atmosphere felt insincere to him. The bright smiles of his co-workers felt like masks hiding ulterior motives. During the first team-building exercise, participants were divided into groups to solve challenges. Victor found himself in a team with Lena and a few other colleagues he considered mediocre. "This is pointless," he grumbled as they attempted to strategize. "We're just going to fail." Lena shot him a concerned glance. "Victor, we haven't even started yet. Let's just try our best." Ignoring her optimism, Victor slumped in his chair, his negative energy palpable. As the group worked together, he often interrupted, pointing out every flaw in their plans. His critical remarks and pessimism soured the atmosphere. Lena struggled to maintain morale, but Victor's negative attitude was contagious, planting seeds of doubt among his teammates. As the retreat progressed, Victor's thoughts spiraled further. During one session, the facilitator spoke about the power of positive thinking and the impact of mindset on personal and professional growth. "Your thoughts shape your reality," she explained. "If you plant seeds of positivity, you'll cultivate a flourishing life." Victor scoffed inwardly, convinced that such notions were simplistic and naive. "How can you expect me to believe that a little positivity can change anything?" he thought, crossing his arms defiantly. Later, during a group exercise where everyone shared their aspirations, Victor sat in silence, arms crossed. When it was finally his turn, he spoke up with a derisive tone. "Honestly, I don't see the point. Everyone here is just looking out for themselves. This is all just a Section 8. The room fell silent, and his colleagues exchanged uneasy glances. Lena looked hurt. her expression a mixture of disappointment and concern. The facilitator gently encouraged him to express what he truly felt, but Victor doubled down. "I'm just being realistic. You can't expect anything meaningful from this team." After the session ended, Lena pulled him aside. "Victor, why do you have to be like this? You're hurting the team's morale." "Maybe I'm just being honest," he replied defensively. "People need to know the truth, even if it's uncomfortable." "That's not the truth, Victor, that's your negativity. You need to realize how your thoughts affect others," Lena said, frustration creeping into her voice. Victor shrugged, dismissing her concern. The remainder of the retreat was marked by his continued cynicism. While his colleagues attempted to engage in activities and connect, Victor remained a dark cloud overhead, casting shadows on every effort. By the end of the weekend, his behavior had strained his relationship with Lena. They barely spoke as they packed their bags, and Victor felt an unsettling sense of isolation. He couldn't help but think that everyone was against him, reinforcing his negative beliefs. Returning to the office, the atmosphere was different. Colleagues who once greeted him warmly now seemed hesitant, exchanging wary looks as he passed by. Lena tried to reach out, but Victor brushed her off, retreating into his negativity. "They're all just pretending to be nice," he thought bitterly. Weeks went by, and the seeds of bad thinking Victor had sown continued to grow. His work performance began to suffer. Projects were delayed, and he found himself increasingly isolated from the team. Every criticism felt personal, and every setback confirmed his belief that he was doomed to fail. One evening, while leaving the office late, Victor stumbled upon Lena. She was working late too, focused on a project. Seeing her, he felt a flicker of guilt. "Hey, Lena," he said awkwardly. "Victor," she replied, not looking up from her screen. "I wanted to apologize for how I acted at the retreat. I've been a broken bar, in a bad headspace," he admitted. Lena paused, finally meeting his gaze. "It's more than just that, Victor. You've been negative for a long time now. It's affecting everyone around you, including me. I care about you, but I can't keep trying to eat you up if you're not willing to help yourself." Her words struck him deeply. For the first time, he saw how his bad thinking had created a rift not only in his professional life but in his personal relationships as well. He realized that the seeds he had sown were not just hurting him, they were damaging those he cared about most. "I know I've been hard to deal with," he said, his voice softening, "but I don't know how to change." You can start by recognizing that your thoughts are just that, thoughts. They're not reality. You have the power to choose which seeds to cultivate, Lena replied. Victor nodded, feeling a weight lift. He didn't have all the answers, but he wanted to try. With Lena's encouragement, he began seeking ways to change his perspective. He started reading books on mindfulness and positivity, learning about the impact of thoughts on behavior and relationships. One day, while walking through a local park, he observed the vibrant flowers blooming along the path. It struck him that these flowers had grown from seeds planted with care and intention. He thought about his own life and how he had been neglecting the positive aspects, allowing weeds of negativity to take root. Inspired, he returned to the office the next day with a renewed mindset. He approached his colleagues with openness, acknowledging his past behavior. "I know I've been negative, and I want to change that. I appreciate your support and patience." To his surprise, his colleagues responded positively. They welcomed him back into conversations, inviting him to share ideas. Slowly but surely, Victor began to plant new seeds, ones of collaboration and encouragement. As weeks passed, He made a conscious effort to replace negative thoughts with constructive ones. When faced with challenges, instead of succumbing to cynicism, he sought solutions. Instead of seeing competition in his colleagues, he recognized their strengths and learned from them. Lena noticed the change. One evening, after a successful team meeting, she approached Victor. "You did great today. I'm proud of you." "Thank you, Lena. I really appreciate your support," he replied, a genuine smile breaking across his face. The positive transformation rippled through their team. As Victor nurtured his newfound perspective, the atmosphere shifted. People began to work together more harmoniously, inspired by his growth. Victor realized that the seeds of bad thinking he had once sown were slowly being replaced by seeds of positivity and collaboration. Months later, the company organized another retreat. This time, Victor approached it with excitement rather than dread. He was determined to make the most of the experience and continue cultivating his positive mindset. During the retreat, as the facilitator encouraged participants to share their growth, Victor stood up. "I want to share how I've been working on changing my mindset. I used to see negativity everywhere, and it affected my work and my relationships. But now, I'm learning to plant seeds of positivity instead." The room erupted in applause, and Victor felt a swell of gratitude. His journey had not only transformed him but had also inspired those around him to reflect on their own mindsets. Later that evening, as the sun set over the horizon, casting a warm glow over the retreat, Victor found Lena by the lake. "I couldn't have done this without you," he admitted, sitting beside her. Lena smiled, her eyes twinkling. "You did the work, Victor. You chose to change." As they watched the sun dip below the horizon, Victor realized that the seeds of bad thinking had nearly taken root in his life. But through self-reflection and support, he had cultivated a garden of positivity instead. He learned that while it was easy to let negativity take hold, it was far more rewarding to nurture kindness, collaboration, and growth. From that day forward, Victor vowed to tend to his garden carefully, ensuring that the seeds he planted were those of encouragement and understanding. And in doing so, he not only transformed his life but also inspired those around him to do the same, creating a more vibrant and supportive community in Riverton. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.